I've been in community development for more years than I care to tell you. And I have seen terms come and go. Sustainable development, smart growth. The same is true with the internet. First, there was the digital divide. And now there is digital inclusion. I want to add to this terminology, the term adoption. That's what we are all working towards. What does adoption mean? I mean, it's kind of really, it's time to demystify those terms so regular people can understand them, because after all, as development professionals, that's what we are working towards. Regular people, poor people. Adoption simply means that enough poor people find value in the internet, in information technology. So they adopt it. What does adoption mean? They make it part of their everyday life. So what we are really working towards is to de-glamorize information technology. People think information technology is such a huge, shiny object. It should be commonplace. It should be commonplace to the person, just as you turn on the light in your house or turn up the faucet to get water in your home. That's what it's all about. So let's talk about value for a second. And let's talk about examples, perhaps a little bit from the past, before information technology. There was a time, believe it or not, when television was a brand new thing, especially in developing countries. Television was introduced to Egypt in 1962, and I was around to witness it. At the time, infant mortality from childhood dehydration was an epidemic in Egypt, especially in the countryside. Lots of children died because they got dehydrated and their mothers didn't know what to do with them. The government, with the Ford Foundation at the time, funded a national campaign on television to teach mothers how to make a solution that would address dehydration from household items, which I'm sure you all know. And that problem became extinct within a year and a half, right? And this is really, now we're kind of living in the second information revolution, which is the internet, right? And kind of that's why we do what we do. So essentially, two things, the internet can provide. One is to show people that they are not alone in the world, that in fact, many people face the very same problems that they face, and many of them come up with innovative solutions that they can share with everyone. So the internet just doesn't tell you information, but it also provides you with avenues to collaborate with other people who are in your position. The second is allows you to see what resources do you have locally to address any issues that you might have, right? And that is what the Beehive seeks to address. Just to make it like really concrete and very simple, two examples come to mind. Turns out that diabetes as a disease is a huge issue in the Middle East because of genetics, because of diet, because of many things. So if you live in Amman, in Jordan, which is an Arabic-speaking country, you can go to the Beehive and find out in language you can understand how to manage diabetes if you have it. What should you eat and what should you not eat, right? How to measure your blood sugar and how often you should measure your blood sugar every day. And then side by side, you can see if there's a healthcare system in Jordan that would subsidize your medication and how to go about taking advantage of it. Or if there is an NGO like Pratham that would actually offer you counseling on this. And the same is true of all the themes that are addressed in the Beehive. In terms of youth employment, you can find out what are the best practices in writing a resume, or sitting in for an interview, or writing a letter of purpose for an employer. And then you find out, again, what are the resources available to you. If you want to start a small business, you can find out how to write a business plan, but also if there is a local microfinance institution where you live that would offer you a loan to start. So this is really the whole purpose for why we do the work that we do. Also, it's not just the website. I mean, the website is simply one element in what Lizzie has explained before. People need content. They need to have an internet connection to get at this content, and they need training to make the most out of the content. So it's a fairly integrated system that we have chosen to work with. Okay. I think this is what I want to share with you, and I'm really looking forward to your questions.